Hi everyone, welcome to our channel
Welcome.
and huge welcomes to Tanvir Anwar, who is here today to talk to us about the amazing world of house healing. And he's going to share his insights and his wisdom and his experience and knowledge and just teach us a little bit about house healing, answer some frequently asked questions. And so Tanvir, would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Thanks for having me. So I'm a holistic house healer and also a Reiki practitioner, and I am practicing house healing since 1 year, and I'm also practicing Reiki for last 2 years as well. Yeah, in short, that's about me. So hopefully we will have a very good session on house healing. Yeah.
Absolutely. I cannot wait to learn more about it, this fantastic and unusual modality, because until you told me that you started house healing, I hadn't even heard about house healing. I didn't know it existed, really. I didn't know anything about it. So super excited to find out more.
Yeah, right.
So question number one for you today, Tanvir, is what exactly is house healing?
A very good question. So it is also a very uncommon questions as well for our audience, I think, because they have heard about Reiki, energy healing, Feng Shui, these sort of things. But what exactly house healing is? So let me start in a very simple way. House healing is something like the place where we live in. That's called our home. And our home is also like our body. So if our body sometimes has sickness or some kind of detrimental energies deposited on certain limb, then we are not able to function properly. So our house is also make a similar kind of impact when there are imbalances, especially in energy imbalances, and if there are any kind of other external interference which is disturbing the inhabitant of that house. So house healing is a modality where we practice to clean those detrimental energies away and balance the home energy to attract the positive vibe for the inhabitant of that house, abundance, and the main important thing is well-being. So in short, we can say house healing is also a kind of healing for home, which is also required to clean our home's detrimental energies and make it more livable place.
Thank you, Tanvir. Could you explain to me then how does house healing work? How do you achieve all of this? How do you balance those energies and realize what needs to be done? And how do you also know what's the root cause of imbalances? Or do you need to know that?
So it's a quite robust domain, and different type of house healers are approaching in a different way. So
Okay.
I will explain what I generally do for my clients. So first of all, I am an intuitive consultant. So the thing is, when a clients come to me, so my main purpose is to identify what he or she is going through. It doesn't matter whether the energy is balanced or not, or something like that in his or her home. But the fact is, I need to consult with that particular person to identify that what he or she is going through. After that, if I see that is about something which I can help him or her with the house healing perspective, then I proceed on with that house healing perspective. So house healing perspective can be approached in different way. It depends on the how the practitioner approach. So what I generally do, I consult with my clients that what is the actual problem. Is it like a relationship problem? Is it like health issues or some, the financial issues as well? So then what I generally do, I look at the layout and then DAOs. We have some kind of checklist that what type of element causing what type of problems.
Okay.
and we then browse through that checklist and try to figure it out that what that exact uh, object or element or energy is affecting there. So some people may believe and some people may not, but that sometimes it's also regarding to spirit energies or some deceased who already passed away from a home, or this sort of energies also remain inside our home and affecting detrimentally for current inhabitants. So our purpose is to figure it out that whether it's a spirit energy or any kind of intelligent energies which is not working with positively for the inhabitant of that home. And when we figure it out, then we do different kind of healing activities. And generally, I also use Reiki and angelic healing to treat all those sort of things. And then I figured out whether the general energy is balanced or not of that home. So I do it through the Vastu. Have you heard about the Vastu before?
I've heard you mentioning it, but it's not something that I've looked into or read upon myself yet. So I'm really interested to find out, because I know little bits about Feng Shui, and I believe it's kind of similar to Feng Shui, is it?
Yeah. So let me answer this question first, then I will explain a little bit about Vastu as well. So I do practice Vastu. So through Vastu, I figure it out that whether the house energy is balanced or not, and if it's required any kind of treatment, then I go for that as well. But it's not a general practice for the traditional house healing. But for my client, I do that aspect as well, because I believe a holistic approach is much more better than just a only guided type of thing.
Yes.
So, yeah. And now let me tell you something about the Vastu. So I was introduced to Feng Shui around 4 or 5 years ago, I think. So I was just thinking that what that thing is, how that thing works. And so I was also a little bit interested about Chinese philosophy, about yang yin or qis, this stuff, and that opened the Pandora of Feng Shui. So when I was studying the Feng Shui, so when I go deep down on where that originated from, so I have found that Feng Shui was established or get popularities around 6,000 years ago from now. And the Vastu was introduced, I think, around 12,000 years ago. Generally, what I came to know that Feng Shui is a philosophy from the Chinese tradition, and it was introduced through different kind of kings, and there are different kind of lineages of at that time. I mean, in this 6,000 years period, and when I went a little bit back about knowing what Vastu is, then I also have figured out that has a similar type of concept, because Vastu was implemented for the kings. It was not for the general people. So only kings, they're following the Vastu to bring more auspicious things for them, to bring more control. So the thing is, in Vastu and in Feng Shui as well, you can treat a home in certain way that can attract different type of things. Like it might be uh, money, it might be fame, even it can be relationship as well. So there are lots of aspects which we can attract through Vastu and Feng Shui as well. But what I have found that Vastu has some kind of esoteric knowledge which I already had previously. So that's why I choose the path of the Vastu. But I am not saying that Vastu is better than Feng Shui is better than Vastu. It's not like that. The Western world adopted Feng Shui in a more robust way than the Vastu, because here the Chinese philosophy came earlier than the Indian philosophies of the Vastu came here. But even if you go to the India, people like TV actor, film actor, the renowned businessman, most of them are practicing with Vastus. I mean, they take consultation of Vastu consultant. Similarly, thing you can also find in the Western world. So I can say about Donald Trump. So because because he's a quite straightforward man, I think. So one thing he told that I don't believe Feng Shui, but I do practice Feng Shui because it brings money. So
Yeah, they use feng shui in kind of, as I understand it, in Hong Kong. They use feng shui in kind of where to put buildings, and
right.
that you'll find people will leave a gap, like a hole in the center of the building, not for any kind of aesthetic reason, but so that the mountain spirits can get through to the sea, because it would be blocking their path otherwise, which would cause issues. So yeah, especially things like banks, they are very, very careful with their positioning of the building and its design, and they get in the geomancers or feng shui experts and geomancers very early on when they go to be building, as I understand. So,
And the thing is, you will be more surprised that uh, the main philosophy of the 5 elements is the kind of same in Vastu and in the Feng Shui, and
yeah,
and the directions are representing similar type of things. Like north
right.
is for opportunity, east is for fame, west is for wealth. So I mean, from my belief, thousands years ago, generally people were traveling to India, and people also take that type of educations, esoteric educations, back to their country and cultivate in their environment and make it workable as per their philosophy. So everything works if we can able to implement it properly. So that's in short about Vastu.
Thank you so much. That's so fascinating. Oh, I'm definitely going to go and read up on Vastu now and find out more about it, because I know little bits about feng shui, because I used to have a treatment room in town, as you know, because you came to you went there a number of times, and I arranged it all, and I put everything. I basically learned a bit about feng shui, and I made sure that it was set up in such a way as it was appropriate for a treatment room, because different purposes of rooms and buildings have a different layout in feng shui, don't they? So
Yeah.
yes, and I did the same in this space as well. So I kind of, yes, had my chart and my compass and made sure everything was right in the right sorts of colours. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. It's really fascinating. And
So let me give you a tip. So probably it might help you. We have found in the case studies, if a doctor sits on the northeast and they perform their consultation over there, or any surgery or anything, they get more better result than compared to the other direction. And there is other type of things as well. So one direction is south, southwest. It is the direction of disposal. So
yes,
so if someone treats their patient over there, so it would be not beneficial. The thing, whatever you are going to treat to that particular client, so it will be disposed of. So that's not a good thing. I mean, this based on the uh, studies and also based on the findings as well. So what my belief is, rather than believe it blindly, we need to trust whether there are any kind of particular studies going on over there or not. And based on those statistical value, we need to believe that, yeah, we can trust that type of things, or else it would be something like superstitious type of things.
yes. And it's a good idea to try things out as well, isn't it?
Right.
And
Right.
trust your intuition as well. If something,
Right.
if you set your room up in a certain way and it doesn't quite feel right to you. It may be that there's something
wrong.
You're not aware of that's wrong. Yeah. And try a few other different things out, or maybe hire you to come and check it out. And
yeah.
Thank you, Tanvir. That's absolutely fascinating and really helpful. I'm going to get my compass out and just double check and see where that is in terms of North West. So yeah.
Sorry, not Northeast.
Just Northeast. Sorry, Northeast. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that kind of brings us very nicely onto the next question, which is, what are the potential benefits of house healing? And could you also kind of go into maybe what some of the more commonplace benefits are? What benefits have you seen emerging for your clients more than others?
First of all, when I consult with a client, so I figure it out that what is the problem, and most of the time it is either a money issue or the relationship issues, and then it's also come to the health issues. These are the three common type of issues generally people comes up with. So I want to first ensure to all of our viewers that we are not saying you to don't go to the doctor, just practice house healing and you'll be okay. I'm not saying that. Please consult your doctors or any healthcare professional for your issues. But what I have seen, this, either it's a relationship issue, either it's a issue with health or issue with, the financial crisis or the opportunity is not coming or these sort of things. So we can figure it out that is it happening due to some mismanagement or the place is not properly organized where that inhabited lives in. But the main thing, if the person is not working on that particular thing and he is complaining that I'm not getting a job and he's not looking for any job, no direction.
It's not a shortcut.
No. So it is like you are doing your job and you can see that you are not getting the proper result, then we can help to make it balance. Or if someone is having some health issues and we figured out that that particular person is not taking good care of his or her health, then my personal opinion should be take care of yourself first. Then we can do something else to figure it out. I generally don't say it in that way, but I make her understand that take care of herself or himself first, and then we also check it that whether there are any kind of detrimental energies or stuff over there, what might be causing those sort of issues. So if we found that those sort of issues, the energy is not balanced, we take different type of initiative to heal. So these three kind of things. But if you can say that, okay, for businessmen who are already doing good in their business, they try to expand their business internationally, then there are certain kind of other treatment, house healing treatment we can go through the Vastu. It's like we can put some elements on the west directions or some other type of things which should suit in the north direction as well, which will bring the opportunities. And there are certain kind of things we can do to make it multifold for that particular client to increase their opportunities, those sort of things. So yeah, brilliant. Do you have any particular other questions? So if I missed something.
No, that's great. So we've just had a bit about the benefits of house healing. So they would help in these areas, potentially. So you've walked us through three main areas that people come to you with issues. So Tanvir, you've walked us through three main areas that people tend to come to you wanting help with. You've walked us through your first approach, which is for them to make sure they're helping themselves as much as they can, and whether they be a suitable client for you. But say, for example, you do take somebody on as a client, they have some house healing from you. What would be the benefits what are some of the benefits that your clients have experienced for themselves after your house healing session?
So I want to give my own example first, so that will resonate more. So I was having some relationship issues, and I was not quite sure that why is that happening. Then I checked the entrance of my home, that where is the entrance, and the entrance entrance is also has a very big impact on all of the direction, above all of the directions and all of the opportunities which we want to attract for us.
Yeah, the energy coming in, isn't it?
Right. So that particular direction was not auspicious for the relationship, and I treated it as per the Vastu. And within probably 7 days, things are getting better, and right now it's quite better.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the previous state. So that's the one thing. But the thing is, sometimes people expect that, okay, I went to that consultant, he or she did certain kind of things. Now everything should be settled, but that's not happening right away. It might happen, but that's not generally happen right away. We need to give some time to balance the energy. So it is like we need to give at least 21 days to get some result based on the treatment which we have applied for that particular home. And other thing is like, for a particular client, sometimes, for all type of energy healing, it's true, not only house healing. What we are trying to do, we are trying to get rid of the detrimental energies for our clients, which he or she generally used to live with. But when we clear that energy, that particular client may feel kind of certain kind of imbalance because they're going through like changes. So sometimes they think okay, why I'm feeling that type of emptiness, or why I'm feeling that kind of emotional imbalance or certain type of things. So these are the common things, but we generally consult with our clients that this is quite normal.
That's good. So setting expectations. I guess it feels like 3 weeks. It's almost like the lunar cycle. So you wait for
right.
Yeah, and it's a similar sort of time frame to following a Reiki attunement, the kind of healing, clearing process that happens there, isn't it? So I guess it's that's interesting. Thank you. How about it also corresponds with the whole human house similarities as well, doesn't it? Because right. I'm going to stop myself before I get too carried away there. But lots of interesting things there. Thank you. Yes. So viewers, if you want to find out the answer to that and all of the extra side effects that can happen after house healing, then tune in next week. So see you next time. Bye. Thank you. Bye.